Hello folks, this is me, Flight Simulator Hobbyist. It is September 1st. I'm not going to say the time because I don't really know the time. So I'm going to be doing an overview on what I have so far for my flight deck or flight line gear or clothing. So yeah, first of all, I just got this on Monday. This is a flight deck jersey, and on the side, I don't know if you can see it, it has embroidered, and I'll pick it up. It has embroidered right on here, VR52. And I am really familiar with them. They are the Taskmasters, and they were the Fleet Logistics C9 Squadron out of Willow Grove, PA. I also remember them flying over my house too. So yeah, and then what I have on here is just work, work pants, that I use at my tech school. They aren't that dirty, but to me they kind of resemble like some of like the khaki style pants that like I see officers, or if I remember right, even some of the enlisted guys wear on the flight deck or the flight line. So for my Marine impression, for my same impression for the Marine Corps, I have a flight suit here that was worn by a naval test pilot from Warminster, from Warminster, Pennsylvania. I'm not gonna put it on, basically because it's gonna take up a lot of time, and I'm gonna get extremely warm in that. Because already these flight deck jerseys get get pretty warm anyway. So the next item I have, and yeah, I will put it on, is a flight deck, or what I like to call a flight line vest. A lot of the Navy guys who were deployed on carriers called them float coats. So so yeah, I'll put it on. Alright, so this came with the necessary gear besides the actuator to make this self-inflate, which would go right there. So what I have in here, I'm not going to turn the beacon on. I have a what is it? Firefly 3 Solus ACR. So when you flip this switch up and it comes in contact with water, it'll strobe. There is a secret. You could take your finger, lick it on your tongue, and then put it on the two metal circles, and it will strobe. So it'll trick the sensors into thinking that it's coming in contact with water. And also, I don't want to waste the batteries on this. The next thing I have is a whistle on this. So it's just one of those regular whistles, in my opinion, that like you could go to like a sporting goods store and pick them up for like a cheap price. Let's see. Also for the beacon, there's a window on the flap here on the beacon side. So then when you have your beacon flashing, the strobing light can be visible even with the flap down. So the next item I have, and I was surprised when this first arrived at my house that this came with it, is a actual sea dye pouch with the sea dye still in it. So that is I took this out of the or I should say that I took this off of the vest before I went into my uncle's pool with this vest, and I did inflate it, and it's actually pretty good when it comes to like floating, it is also really buoyant too. I could get this in. Now, what am I planning on getting for this? The only thing I'm planning on getting to put on this vest is a actuator. Just like what I showed before. I'm planning on getting an actuator. This is where the actuator is going to go. And that's where you hook up a CO2 cartridge. And you can either pull a string that will puncture the CO2 cartridge and make the vest inflate, or there's a small pill that dissolves only in salt water, and that pill, when it dissolves, will trigger a device that punches a hole in the CO2 cartridge, and it'll make the vest inflate. I'm not gonna inflate the vest manually because it takes a long time. Oh, and also I forgot, with this, there's Velcro right up here, and there's also Velcro on the back of here, so you can take and put this light right on there, on your vest. So the next two items, or the last two items that I'm going to show, is the cranials I have, or pronounced as HGU-25P flight deck cranials. So I have two different variants, and the only two different variants. So this one here is, in my opinion, the more common one you see. Doesn't have a headset. This was worn by a sergeant in the Marine Corps. And he was attached to HMH 366. I'm planning on getting more shields so that I can customize them. But yeah, and also this does fit. Alright, so let's see. Then I can take and put the goggles down. And and also strap on the chin strap. And then that is good and all set. The earmuffs are also still are also still in good condition, which is pretty good, which is why when I watch the Hornets land at Oceana, I'm gonna wear this one or the other one that I have. So yeah, the size for this one is a 7.5. So yeah, and then the last item I have to show is another HGU-25P, but this one has the headset on it. So, and also I switched out the right front shield and put the green front shield on it because it has the reflector. Then I can take and put my goggles down. And I can take and put the mic boom down. The only issue with this one is that when this came in the mail, there's a laceration in the wire, where the laceration even cuts into the wire itself. So I'm gonna see if I can get that fixed. And also I saw there's another laceration that isn't cut. That doesn't go down into the wire itself. The headset on here, if you can see, is a David Clark headset. And that I read that the flight deck cranials that have the headsets in them are basically one size fits all. I don't know if that's true, but yeah. And this one is also a 7.5 too. So that is it, you folks. If you have any positive questions or comments, please leave them in the Q&A section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if you guys are really interested in buying this stuff, I will put the eBay links in the description below for a flight deck jersey, a cranial, and a float coat. And here's what I'm going to say. This impression isn't complete. I'm going to see about getting a red jersey and a yellow flight deck jersey for my carrier-based squadrons. And yeah, so other than that, have a nice day. Don't forget to also click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos. And another update, guys, unfortunately my phone is having battery issues. It seems like it wants to sleep during the middle of a video, and because of that, unfortunately, guys, I'm not really going to be making flight sim videos until I get a new phone where it won't have a battery issue. So, like what I said, have a nice day, guys, and I hope this helped out with your flight, with maybe if you guys want to do a impression of a Marine Corps or a Navy land-based or sea-based squadron, aviation squadron. So, and like what I said, have a nice day. Bye.